Hey guys, I'm Jill Powell, and if you are busy just like me and don't have a lot of time for makeup, I'm gonna show you how to get this look with only 5 products. Okay, so today I am here with Sid, who is one of my great friends and an amazing photographer. She is the reason I have all these awesome photos on my Instagram, on my website, in the trailers. So thank you so much for being here and for doing all that.
Anytime.
So super talented businesswoman, but you're also a mom.
Yes.
Just like me. So how old are your kids?
1, 3, and 7.
So she's busy. I mean, 1, 3, and 7, you have everything from diapers to a 7-year-old who, you know, wants all of your attention. I have an 8-year-old and an 11-year-old. So my 11-year-old I don't have to do as much with as they get older, but definitely you've got your hands full.
Yes.
Okay, and as a businesswoman, you have to look presentable every day, right? You have to look like you've slept.
Which is a horrible lie.
Right, exactly. You have to look like you slept. You have to look professional. And you have to, you know, get through the day looking beautiful. So we do our makeup in the car sometimes. I mean, right?
Always.
Always, right? So in the car, sometimes we have just a couple products. So today I'm gonna show you how to do makeup using 5 products. Yes, an entire face using 5 products. We could probably do even less, but I don't wanna like use mascara as eyeliner. I did that as a kid one time when I had like no products with me. But 5 products, full face, and then we're gonna get it done. You ready for it?
I'm ready.
All right. Throw those 5 products in your front seat. Throw them on, you'll be good to go. So before leaving the house every day, you should at least leave with your skincare, your SPF, your moisturizer, your eye cream, your lip balm. Those are your very basics, and definitely washing your face in the morning. So we went ahead and prepped with moisturizer, eye cream, and lip balm, and then you came in with your brows done. So brows already done, so I'm kind of cheating. But technically not everyone has to do their brows, so I'm not totally cheating, maybe a little bit. So it might be 6 products, but she's already done her brows. I didn't want to take them off because they look amazing. And what did you use for your brows? Like a pencil?
I think Anastasia, I just used the gel.
Oh, perfect. Easy breezy. So just the pomade one, the dip brow?
Yes.
Awesome. So that is one extra product that is on her face, but that's okay. So she's got these beautiful freckles that I don't want to cover up. I actually just want to enhance. And she has a beautiful lip color. So I'm going to show you how to use products multitasking. So if you don't have a lot of money, you don't want to carry a huge makeup bag, or if you're in a pinch and you only have a couple things with you, this is how you get the full look. All right, so first and foremost, I always like to make the skin look perfect. That is my #1 thing. As long as the skin looks good, everything else looks amazing on top of it. So you said you're tired. You sleep like 3 hours a night. I mean, your schedule's a little crazy. So she's a photographer. She's up editing till like 3 in the morning, and then she's up at 7 with her kids. So, I mean, that's 4 hours right there. And that's if you sleep solid and get right to bed.
Which never happens.
Exactly. So you might be tired. You might have some bags, some dark circles.
Definitely.
Do you experience that sometimes?
Every day.
Every day. So you want to look like you've actually slept, even though you don't. But it's okay. You know, when you have clients, go ahead and look up for me. When you have clients, you don't want them to know that you've been up all night editing. You want to look fresh and beautiful and all of that. So I'm applying the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. And as you can see, this color has more of a peach tone to it. Which one is this? Oh, this is Biscuit. So yeah, Biscuit is more like neutral. It doesn't have a lot of yellow in it. It has more peach. So peach is correcting and brightening. And you said you actually use Nars Concealer, right?
I do, yes.
So you may or may not use this color because there's quite a few colors that could match your skin tone, but this one's going to be really, really brightening because of the orange undertone of it. So, and I'm using my finger. I used a little bit of, or I did use a synthetic brush to apply it, and then I'm using my finger just to blend it out. I want those edges to be nice and soft, and I don't want to cover up her freckles. So as I get down to her freckles, I'm going to kind of just wipe it off so that it's really, really sheer in that area. So this is basically the only complexion product I'm going to be using on Sid. I know, shocking, guys. She's got beautiful skin. She could probably do a tinted moisturizer or something if she wanted, but that's adding another product. So we're doing this under 5 products. So we're keeping it simple. Do you use foundation daily or like a BB cream or tinted moisturizer?
I'll use one of those little roll-on sticks. It's quick.
Exactly.
It's all about the quick for me.
All about the quick. Get right in there. I'm gonna wipe off the excess, then go ahead and close. And I'm just gonna get in these tiny little corners. Sometimes it's hard to get in the corners of our eyes. Got a tiny little flake, we'll get that off. So you wanna just really brighten up that corner. And I'm gonna use this just across her eyelid. Again, we're sticking with 5 products. So keeping it very, very simple right in that corner. And then just neutralizing her eyelid. Really sheer. I don't want a lot of concealer on her lid because we're gonna apply a couple products, and if it's too heavy, it can crease. We're also gonna do this a little bit around her nose. Maybe a tiny bit on her chin just to neutralize. And again, this can be like fast, so you can use your finger, this is my ring finger, and do this. Because again, we're moms, we don't have a lot of time. Quick and easy in the car makeup. This is how we roll. All right, so her complexion is pretty much done. And as long as it's nice and blended, do a tiny bit, whatever's residual, just so that it all kind of goes together. But as long as it's blended, then you'll be good. Beautiful skin. You've been saying you're really dry lately. It's so hard with this weather change, right?
Yeah, definitely. My skin is just soaking up any moisturizer I put on it.
Mine too. I've had to add all those oils in my routine at night. All right, so her complexion is done. Go ahead and look up for me. I'm just gonna give a little excess. So if you have some excess, again, just use your finger and get rid of it. You don't need too much. Perfect. First product, Nars Concealer. Her complexion is done.
Yay.
All right, second product, another multitasker. So this is Burt's Bees, the lip gloss crayon, and the color is Pacific Coast. So again, I don't know why, but I love your freckles, and when I think of freckles, I think of like really pretty rosy cheeks. It's just kind of like, I guess like the strawberry effect, where it's like a strawberry with like little seeds or something. I just love a rosy cheek with freckles. So we're gonna give her a rosy cheek. So I'm gonna take the color on my finger. You could draw it on her cheek as well, but I actually just want, this is a really rich color. So I'm gonna put it on my finger first, and I used my ring finger to apply. And now I'm using my middle finger, which has no product on it whatsoever, just to blend. And we're gonna give her a nice, beautiful, flushed cheek, just to give her some color. Make her look nice and fresh. And look at that, she looks like she slept. That's the trick, guys. This is what us moms do. A little blush, a little concealer, call it a day.
Ready to roll.
We're just gonna get that color on here. And anytime you're doing this with a lip product, the richer the color, the less you need, and then you get that really pretty like flushed, where it looks like she just stepped out into the cold, or she's, you know, caught a little sun or something like that. Same color, right along her lips. And then blend for me. I don't want it too strong, so we're gonna blend that. I'm gonna take my finger. So sometimes using your finger to blend color into your lips, you kind of get that Kool-Aid stained effect, or I don't know if you're sucking on a lollipop or something, so you get that really pretty berry stain. So we've got her flushed cheeks, we have her berry stained lip, and now we can move on to the eyes. So for the eyes, we are going to use highlighter, and we're also going to use it on her cheeks. Again, we're multitasking here. Okay, so for her eyes, we're just going to apply a little bit. She doesn't need a lot, so we're going to use, this is the Anastasia So Hollywood Illuminator. So we're going to give her just a little bit, actually just open for me, a little bit in the inner corners, just to brighten. This is another trick for us busy moms or people that don't get all the sleep that they need. This can just really brighten up that inner corner. And it helps just to open up the eyes make us look really awake. Plus it's pretty. This one has a really nice gold kind of highlight to it, so I love it. You can also stick a tiny bit just under the arch of the brow. Tiny bit there. And then I'm gonna take my finger and close, and I'm just gonna pat a tiny bit across her lid. So we have a little bit of that concealer on her lid, so this will help to make it stick. If you want to, you can also apply a primer, but again, that's adding another product, so we're staying at 5 products here. But you can do a primer or that concealer will work as well. All right, so again, go ahead and close. Just using my finger, this is the highlighter along her lid. So yes, highlighter can double as eyeshadow. I always use highlighter on the inner corners. I think that the colors just really complement skin tone really well. We can put that right down the center of her nose if we want a little love there. Her Cupid's bow. And yes, I'm using my finger, you guys, for all of this. So you can use your finger. It's okay. Look how pretty. And then for her face, we will do it with a little bit of a brush. All right, so then just a little bit of highlighter on the tops of her cheekbones, just for some added glow. We always love a little glow. And I'm using just like a fluffier brush. This is the Morphe M501. So it's like a gigantic blending brush. This is obviously too big for her eyes, so really great for the face. Just give a little highlight there. All right, so we are on product number 3, and her face is almost done, you guys. So just because I know Sid always wears a wing liner every day, pretty much, right?
Yes, definitely.
She wore a sucker for it. That's her signature look. So I'm going to add some eyeliner. Some of you may not need eyeliner. That can be one of your extra products, or maybe you need a little bit more coverage, or maybe you need a lip liner. So you can substitute that in, but I'm gonna do eyeliner because I know that Sid loves her winged liner. So I'm using MAC Blacktrack, which is one of my favorite gel liners. You can use, I really like the Bobbi Brown one. Tarte has an awesome one. Makeup Forever. There's so many gel liners out there, but I just love something that's waterproof, that's gonna stay. And so I'm using, this is also the MAC 209, yeah, 209 brush. So this is just going to create a nice thin line right across her lid. And when you're doing gel liner, a lot of people will get kind of skipping, or just not make it easy. Go slow and do it in certain parts. You can start easy. You notice I started on the outside of the lid, and then I went towards the inside. Just connect those lines. So it doesn't have to be like a one stroke all the way across. Nobody does that. So I'm just gonna get some on there, and then I'm gonna check it. Go ahead and open for me. All right, we're looking good. And I'll have you open, look down, and out towards me. She just has this tiny little spot in the inner corner that needs a little extra love. Let me see. Perfect. So when you're working on somebody else, if you need to get that inner corner, have them look down and out to the side. It flattens that part of the eye so that you can really get in there. So if you're a makeup artist at home, that's exactly how you need to do it. If you're doing it on yourself, you can't really look away and try and do liner on the inner corner, so you'll just have to manipulate your eye to make it work. All right, and then you like it kind of flicked up a little bit, right?
I do.
Okay, so go ahead. If you're flicking up on somebody else, that sounded weird. I probably shouldn't have said that. We don't want to flick up on anybody, okay, guys? So when you're doing the outside corners, I like to have the client look straight ahead and follow like the bottom lash line up. So then I'm just going to draw that on, and I like to go from the outside in and get that wing. Now look down. And then once she looks down, I can smooth everything and just get it exactly how I want it. And then look straight. There we go. And you actually have a deep set eye, so I'm gonna kind of, do you normally come out and around? How do you do it?
I have no skills. However quickly I can do it. I typically stretch my eye and just go whoop.
Ah, yeah, a lot of people will stretch their eye on themselves. I don't always pull, so I mean, it does help when you do it on yourself, but I just get scared to like pull the eye area on other people. So we're just gonna do it, we're gonna do it my way. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a wing there. And I'm actually gonna take my trusty concealer brush, and I'm just going to kind of flick it a little bit. And this will get it like that nice little end really fun. That way you're not, you just kind of stretch it. It's a lot more dramatic than you normally do it, but it's fun. a little wing. And if you notice, go ahead and close. So she has a deep set eye. So you notice this almost like lightning bolt action. I have to do that because when she opens, I want it to be connected. And if we didn't do that, then it would give a dip. So it's almost like a little lightning bolt. So see, when she opens, it's completely connected. And then when she closes, it drops down. So that is how we do that. I'm just gonna get this like nice and perfected right there. So give you a little extra wing than you typically do, but it's fun. All right, and then I'll put your chin towards me and then close. So we're gonna get that liner on again. I like to start towards the middle of the eye, extending outward, just gentle strokes, pressing and pulling. So anytime I'm applying or grabbing the gel liner, I twist my brush to make sure that the point is nice and pointy still, because you want to be able to get everything nice and crisp. I'm just going to get this inner corner. And then open. And then look down and out that way. We're going to go right in that corner. Smooth that out. Okay, perfect. And then turn towards me again and look straight ahead. And then when she looks straight, I can follow that bottom lash line down and make sure it's even. And then we're going to connect. And as you can see, I rest my pinky on my client's face. A lot of people will have like a puff or something, and I tried that. I really want to use that, but I just need my pinky. I can't bend my finger. I need that whole distance, so I have to rest my pinky on your face. I'm sorry. I went a little, go ahead and look down. I went a little high, too far in. My bad. We're just gonna clean it up. So what I'm using is the Almay eye makeup remover pads, and I love to use these to correct because they are a little bit oily, so they will take off waterproof makeup. And then I use a brush to kind of correct my mistake. Go ahead and open for me. There we go. Perfect. And while this is not totally set, I'm gonna extend that out like we did with the other side. Let's have, there we go. And then we'll fix, just because I'm here, we'll fix what we need to fix with the lid color. I don't want that to be missing, so I'm just gonna go over this little edge right here. Look down for me. So I'm just correcting my mistake. Hey, we all make mistakes. Even I make mistakes, guys. It's okay. You can fix anything. It's makeup. That's what's so awesome about it. You can take it off and redo it. So I fixed my mistake. Let me see. All right, and then I should have done this side first because that is my harder side because I can't see over here with all these cameras. This was my easier side, but that's okay. Go ahead and look straight. I'm just gonna clean up this bottom so that it looks nice and crisp. Okay, so last product, number 5 is mascara, another Desert Island product. A lot of people won't leave home without mascara. And Sid, you normally have lash extensions.
I do.
And you don't have them today.
Sadly, I do not.
So just for fun, a little extra thing, I will do a lash tutorial with this tutorial since it's gonna be super quick, only 5 products plus lashes, but she normally has lash extensions. So we are cheating, but not really cheating, right?
Right.
Right. So this is mascara. This one is Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Lashes. I have so many favorite mascaras. Everybody always asks me which mascara is best for them. And honestly, the biggest thing is it depends on what you have going on. If you have really thick, long lashes, you don't want certain things for your mascara, right? Go ahead and look down for me. So I'm not even gonna curl her lashes because I am going to apply a strip on top and I don't want them to be too far up there. So I'm just going to give a small, like easy coat of mascara. And as you can see, I'm taking the wand, rolling it so that I get her lashes in between the bristles of the brush, and then I'm wiggling it and combing through. This is giving a coat to every single hair, every single lash, all the way through. So I'm not just coating the bottom. Oh, you have one lash extension left. I see it, one lone lash extension.
Oh no.
It's a curl up there. You have one.
I missed one.
You know why? It was kind of like, it was hiding. It was like going to the side. It was like, no.
This is its friends.
Yes, it's okay. You'll have more friends soon, we promise.
Yes.
Sid's gonna go get a fill. Actually, a new set. It's okay, you're busy. We are all busy.
Mom life.
I know.
Yeah.
I had lash extensions and it did save so much time, But then when you're traveling and you can't get new ones, you're like, ah. So it'll be perfect. You're going to Cancun soon for a job, and this will, have a new set. You'll look beautiful in the pool. All right, so I'm just coating those lashes just a little bit, and then we're gonna put on a strip lash. How many of you don't know how to put on lashes? I'm sure there's a lot of you. I get questions on lashes all the time. So I'm gonna give you some tips. I actually just had a friend over the other day, and I do some lashes for her, and she tried to do some by herself and told me all of her issues, and I showed her how I do them in literally 15 seconds, and then she did them perfectly the first time. So I'm hoping that the tips I give you today, you'll be able to put lashes on first try, I promise. Well, I don't promise, but I hope. So you don't really ever wear strip lashes unless you have to, right?
No.
Because you have the lash extensions.
Yeah, before I had my extensions, I'd wear strips all the time.
All right, I'm gonna have you look up. We'll do a little bit on the bottom. Since you're gonna have lashes on the top, I like to put mascara on the bottom just to open up the eye, keep it nice and balanced. All right, so we have skin, we have highlighter, we have a little bit on the eyes. Another fifth product that you could add if you're not doing eyeliner is using a bronzer on the face and as a contour on the eye. So that's another multitasking product as well. Sid already has a nice tan. I didn't think she needed much contour. I wanted to focus on that blush. So we skipped the bronzer on this one, but it's definitely either your substitute product for one of these, or maybe you go into 6 products. I don't know. Okay, everybody's always asking me, how do you do lashes? They lift, I can't get them on right, I can't do this, I can't do that. So I'm gonna give you a few easy tips so that you can do lashes at home, and I promise if you try it this way, you will be able to get it. So I'm gonna use Ardell Wispies, probably my favorite pair of lashes ever made. I love Ardell Wispies. I love that they're long in the center. I love that they're kind of feathery. They look like lashes. I use these all the time. I swear they are probably my #1 favorite lash. And then I'm gonna use the Duo Dark, which is a black adhesive. I personally like a black adhesive, especially if you have a black liner going on, because you're not gonna get any clear, any like weird bubbles. It's going to just look like liner. All right, so anytime I'm taking the band off, it's got a tiny bit of adhesive, so I like to press and pull, press and pull. This will help keep the shape of the lash, but not mess it up. See, it's got that glue. Got it. I also take off any excess glue, so I don't like to have these chunks of glue. Like it's gonna affect your lash. So take those off, just peel them right off, just like that. And they're really sticky, so just get rid of them. All right, now that we have our lash, here's your lash. It is way too straight for your eye. Your eye is very curved. And what happens with lashes? They lift, right? They lift on the inside, on the outside. You have those flappers. You know, you don't want your lashes flapping in the wind, guys. So this is too straight for your eye, and you're gonna have to force it down. You don't wanna force it. Lashes wanna be treated nicely. So we are going to put the ends together and form a circle, okay? And then I'm gonna break in the band. I'm not being aggressive. I'm just giving it a little push. I want it to round out a little bit. So I'm going to make it round out, and I'm just going to kind of bend that clear plastic band of itself and make sure. Now watch. Oh, I let go, and look at the shape of it. Do you guys see how curved that is? That's a little fuzzy now. I'm gonna get off. Okay, so now my lash is extremely curved. Now it's gonna hug the eye, it's not gonna wanna lift. #1 tip that will help from lifting. So if you guys find your lashes lifting in the corners, on the inside, on the outside, please do this trick. So just again, touch the ends together, put them all together just right there, and push down and bend and make them a little bit more rounded. That way when you let go, it is now nice and curved. So my next step is to apply adhesive. So I like to squeeze a little bit out. This guy clogged on me the other day, so there we go. Oop. You don't want to air bubble, no bubbles. Okay, so squeeze a tiny bit out, and then I keep it on the tip there and drag it along. So if you don't have a controlled hand, you may squeeze some out and use a Q-tip or a toothpick or something to drag this along so that you don't get, you don't accidentally pour too much out onto your lash. You do not want to ruin your lash. So just a little bit all the way across Make sure it's nice and even, just like that. I do like a little excess in the inner and outer corners just to make sure those really stick. Okay, so now we have our glue on, and it's on the very, very edge of the band. You don't want any on the top, you don't want any on the back, you basically want it where it's going to hug your eye. Tip number 2. Most of you go, okay, I got the glue on, let's go. No, be patient. You need to wait. This is too wet. The glue is too wet. It's going to slide around. Do you just go straight in for it?
I sure do.
You do. Culprit right here. I'm sure that half of you guys do this, probably even more. You need to give it a minute. Let's be patient, because guess what happens when glue starts to dry down? What happens before it's totally dry? What's the texture?
Well, it's not
more tacky.
Yeah.
Okay, when glue is first put down, it's really slippery, right?
Right.
But then it gets tacky.
So it slips. It's
So
not prom perfect.
Exactly. So you want it to be at the tacky phase, so when you stick it on, it doesn't move. So how do I know it's at the tacky phase? It starts getting a little bit darker. This one is, so that's definitely tacky. This one's still a little bit wet, but that inside's tacky, so I want to jump on it. It's literally about 30 seconds to a minute, I would say. Sometimes I wave it around. All right, so now which eye is this? This one is this eye. So I'm gonna have her turn her chin towards me. So she's gonna look down. I'm gonna take, instead of going straight in, I'm actually going to come in from the top, because I like to get as close to the lash line as possible. So I'm gonna get that center on. I'm gonna get the outside. Now that those are on, I'm gonna get the inside. Go ahead and look out and down. She's gonna flatten out her eye. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna push it straight in. And then go ahead and look at me. And now you have a lash. Simple as that. So now I'm gonna actually bend it upward just a little bit, because I wanna give her. So now that it's on there, it's tacky, it's not moving around, it's not sliding, right?
Right, feels good.
Feels good. So I'm just going to, I like to kind of push her lashes into it, make sure, and because it's tacky, it's not moving, okay? It's just setting. So as it sets, I'm kind of pushing those lashes up a little bit so that they're nice and fanned out. And then you can also take the lash and just really like make sure it's on by pushing it straight in. See how easy that is? It's so easy, I promise. Okay, so once again, to get the lash off, I put my finger on it and I pull, finger and pull. This one I had already taken off, so it came off very easy. And we just remove it like that. Okay, so then I check for any excess glue, and I don't see any, so I don't need to remove any of the excess glue. So my next step is, remember, it's too straight. So this is too straight for an eye. So we're going to touch the ends together, and I just like to, I just like to grab them with my thumb and touch them together, and then I push down and kind of break the band in a little bit. You want it to be nice and curved. You kind of just want to work that plastic band. It's almost like fishing lines. You just want to kind of work it. So now that I've done that, when I release, it's nice and curved. So now it's going to hug the eye. It's not going to want to go straight and lift. So next I take my glue, DUO Dark, and I go right along. I get a little bubble of glue at the top, and I go right along the edge and just get a tiny bit all along that edge. All right, now this is where everyone is usually impatient, Sydney included. So we are going to let this set for just a second. If you're a makeup artist and you're doing lashes on somebody else, please, please do not blow on the lash. That is your own germs going on something that's gonna go on their eye. Keep it clean, wave it in the air, but do not blow on it, okay? Nobody wants your saliva in their eye. All right, now that it has set, we are going to take the lash, have her look down. I'm gonna stretch it out. We're gonna find the center, pop it right on, outside, and just check that inside. We're gonna push straight in. And then look straight. There we go, and that is on there. So then once it's setting, again, it was tacky, so it doesn't slide around. Do you guys see that? So much easier. And we're just gonna push it up while it sets so that it sets nice and high. Lashes are easy, guys, I promise. It does take a tiny bit of practice, but these tips are going to eliminate a lot of your mistakes. Okay, so again, I'm pushing these up just so that they set nice and pretty. Okay, so when I'm doing the mascara, I'm just pushing at the base. I am not combing all the way through. We want those ends to look really natural. So I'm literally just pressing at the base to give a little lift, and I'm releasing, okay? Press at the base and release. And then that way we get that really pretty, still fanned out lash, but it's also pushing them up. Because I didn't curl her lashes in the beginning, we didn't get a lot of lift, which is fine. So we're just gonna push those lashes up. See how I push and wiggle, push and wiggle, push and wiggle. Let me see. Yes. Tiny bit more right here. Look down again. I might just get a tiny little feathering through. So pretty. And now you have lashes again until you get your fill.
Yay.
And how do they feel?
Good.
They don't bother you anywhere?
They don't
just a little heavy at first? So anytime you put lashes on for the first time, they're gonna be a little bit heavy. Give it 5 or 10 minutes. I promise that heaviness will go away, and soon you're gonna feel absolutely nothing if you put them on correctly. If you feel any pain, if they scratch, if they itch, take them off and redo them. Do not try to make it throughout the day because you will end up with very red eyes at the end of the night. So I hope you enjoyed those lash tips. I promise you, you will be able to put lashes on if you follow those tips. All right, so we just did this entire look with 5 products. These 5 products plus lashes is on her entire face, and she looks ready to go. She can step out in the town, you can go meet with a client, you can have your photo shoot, whatever you want. And she's only wearing these 5 products. Can you guys believe it?
And I love the way, especially the blush fills on my cheeks.
It's nice and hydrating, right?
I love it.
Yeah, and so she's glowy, she's dewy, she's gorgeous. And again, just 5 products. So you guys can add some to intensify this look if you want to, but know that it can be done, and it can be done quickly, even if we're busy moms. These are things that can fit in your purse, okay? We all have those little crossbodies. This can fit in your little crossbody purse, and you can have a full face of makeup just like this. Thanks again for watching my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below what you want to see next. All of the products used in my video are also linked below. And if you want to see more, follow me anywhere at Jill Powell Glam. Thanks again.